You're listening to an Airwave Media podcast.
This episode is brought to you by Experian. Are you paying for subscriptions you don't use, but can't find the time or energy to cancel them? Experian could cancel unwanted subscriptions for you, saving you an average of $270 per year and plenty of time. Download the Experian app. Results will vary. Not all subscriptions are eligible. Savings are not guaranteed. Paid membership with connected payment account required.
Welcome to From Beneath the Hollywood Sign. If you love old movies, Hollywood history, or the golden age of filmmaking, you've come to the right place. This is the podcast that talks about amazing stories of Tinseltown from another era and fascinating conversations with writer-producer Steve Cubine and actress-writer Nan McNamara.
So, Steve, did Ava Gardner and Howard Hughes have a good relationship?
Well, they did until he dislocated her jaw.
What?
Well, don't worry. She hit him back with an ashtray.
From Beneath the Hollywood Sign is the gin joint for you.
Hey everyone, before we get to today's game, just wanted to remind you that we will be going to SporcleCon 2024 in Detroit. SporcleCon is taking place August 16th through the 18th, and on Saturday, August 17th, you can find us on the rooftop of the Madison Hotel for a solo trivia competition with prizes of up to $500. If you'd like to get 10% off your tickets, use our code Triviality, that's TRIVIALITY, at sporclecon.com.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neil, and Jeff. This is Triviality.
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where a lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. This is Ken in the studio with Jeff and Neil, as per usual. What's up, boys?
As per usual. Good. Not much going on.
Just existing.
What was that, Neil? You're like, good.
It was my prepubescent voice crack. Just kind of made an appearance.
Yes.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, though. It's good to hear.
You're welcome.
Existence is a good state to be in.
Where's Matt right now?
Matt unfortunately wanted to take a trip down to Sherwin-Williams to invent a new paint color. So he's bringing a bunch of household items, including a steampunk calendar, just to see if he can get the right shade of copper.
You know how long it took me to realize that Sherwin-Williams logo is the earth dripping with paint?
Yes.
Oh, it is.
Long time. Yeah. Did you never
I never really thought about it. No.
Did you ever notice that it has words on it too?
So really, Sherwin-Williams is trying to take over the world and with paint.
The number one polluter, Sherwin-Williams.
Yeah, it's big paint.
Paint the world. Paint the earth. What is it? Paint the world, Jeff?
Cover
the world in paint?
I'm trying to remember. I'm looking up their logo right now.
Cover
the earth.
Cover the earth in Sherwin-Williams paint.
They're not a sponsor of this episode.
And the voice that you're hearing, stepping in for Matt, is Julia. We love having Julia on the show all the time.
Coming to you from Rochester, New York, it's Julia. Womp, womp, womp.
At this
I'm liking
point,
this. We need to get an official announcement from Darren for you.
At this point, the crowd, the listeners are glad that one of us is missing and Julia's here.
Yeah, right.
I'm fairly sure.
I think Julia would get away with murder if she killed one of us. I don't think anyone would care.
Yeah, just quietly replace one of us.
Yeah.
Your Honor, I would like to submit an evidence for Exhibit A, this recording from Triviality, episode 376.
There's one episode with us on it and one episode with Julie on it. You be the judge. Which one's better? Clearly, it's the second one. Anyways, we have a lineup of great guests. At first, we're going to start with our host today. We have to have a host. It's Steve Woods. He's in Schenectady, New York. Always fun to say. And thank you for being a Patreon supporter as well, Steve.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to be here.
Yeah, you're at the Oakland 5 level. We love Oakland 5 supporters. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Steve.
Okay. I live in Schenectady with my wife and daughter, who I enjoy spending as much time as I can with. And I work as a mental health counselor, specializing in working with couples and families.
Okay. Thank you for that great work that you do.
As we ask all of our counselors that do groups or couples, any advice for the Triviality boys?
Just keep at it. Honestly, it'll work out eventually. You'll see.
We're almost there.
Yeah, we'll see. And we have a great teammate for Julia today, a Savage superstar, coming to us from Herndon, Virginia. Mayhem, welcome to the show.
That's me. Woo!
Tell us a little bit about yourself as well.
I actually found you guys through Quiz Bang Bang, and then
Nice.
I found and then I found misinformation through you guys. So this is a great little thread of trivia. So
Yeah, wonderful.
I'm in muggy, swampy Northern Virginia with one Destroyer Muppet dog and one Velvet Hippo dog who are
Okay.
dying from the heat right now. So that's why we're in the basement trying to cool off.
Wonderful. Well, we're so happy to have you on the show, and we're excited to play this game. So Julia and Mayhem, you're going to team up, and you guys had a great team name.
Oh, yes. It's going to be Womb with a View. A Womb with a View.
Womb with a View. So we're glad the teams worked out that way. So Jeff, what are we going to be?
We're going to be Scrotal Recall.
Very mature. Thank you, Jeff. Very mature. Thank you, Jeff. And we got to have the rules if we're going to play the game.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
The cream will rise at the top. Oh, yeah.
So another great read from Darren there. And Steve, it's time to take it away.
All right. So we'll head right into it. Question 1 in the category of family business. One of Triviality's favorite actresses is Alexandra Combs, famous for her line, "You're my present this year," in a 2009 ad for Folgers Coffee. She still gets work in television, and maybe someday she'll have a body of work like her father, Jeffrey Combs, who has played 9 roles across 4 series, portraying individuals from 7 species in which television franchise?
All
I
right.
have no idea
Okay.
what this is.
4 series and 7 species is leading me to some sort of sci-fi show.
Like Star Trek?
Like a Star Trek. I was also just off the, in that realm, like Battlestar Galactica and that kind of thing. But I don't think that there's been 4 of those. So I think
not enough species in Battlestar Galactica, I don't think.
Oh, thank you for the hint, other team. So yeah, I would think maybe a Star Trek.
I'll go with that.
Yeah.
Because I think Doctor Who is just one series, right? One show.
Yes, but the Brits do call each season a series, don't they?
There's not enough species in that, I don't think.
Okay. All right. Then let's go with, are you okay with Star Trek? Okay.
I am okay with Star Trek.
All right, we'll do that. We'll stay Star Trek.
Also, the actress in the incest commercial is not British, so we think it's Star Trek.
All right. Points to both teams. It is Star Trek.
Good start with the incest commercial reference and everything. Good job, Steve.
I really, just wanted to
Jeffrey
get that
Combs
out of the
from
way.
Reanimator as well.
That's right.
Oh,
If you're a fan of horror movies, yeah.
Question 2 in the category mispronunciation pet peeves. In my daughter's favorite audiobook, the narrator mispronounces the word anemone as anemone 16 times in the first 2 chapters, and it kills me every time. This book is the junior novelization of which 2003 animated film.
Yeah. Okay. Jeff and I are on the same wavelength today, so we're locking in.
Julia, do you think this is Finding Nemo?
I do think it's Finding Nemo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anemone. Cinnamon.
Let's do it.
Yeah, we're saying Finding Nemo as well.
All right, we're off to a strong start. Points for both teams.
Thanks to our network, Airwave, you can soon see Mayhem and Julia on their podcast, Mispronunciation.
Very nice.
Oh, good. My dad's British. He can come on the show.
And along the same lines here, I'm listening to the Witcher audiobooks, which has a fantastic narrator But I do have to say one thing. The first 2 books, he calls the character Dandelion, like normal. And then suddenly in the 3rd book, he switches to Dandelion.
Oh, no. The same voice?
What happens? The same guy. Why did he switch? I don't know.
He was given notes.
Yeah.
Henry
I
Cavill
think that's
knocked on
what
the
it was.
door.
Actually, it's Dandelion. Hey, if Henry Cavill knocks on my door and tells me it's Dandelion, all right?
All right. Question 3 in the category Baseball Pitchmen. Which 2 left fielders played a combined 42 seasons of Major League Baseball entirely for the same team? One was the spokesperson for regional favorite Moxie Soda, and the other for Kahn's Kielbasa Sausage. Name each athlete for 5 points apiece.
Let's start here. Can you name some left fielders?
No.
No.
If I'm thinking of pitchmen, if I'm thinking of baseball guys who played for a team for a long time, I would say Cal Ripken Jr.
It was a shortstop
Not a
for
left
the
fielder.
Orioles.
Yeah.
They're right up the street from DC.
Yeah.
Was Darryl Strawberry a left fielder? Was Lenny Dykstra?
Was Moxie Soda strawberry flavored?
I don't know. Was it?
Hmm.
I mean, we could try Darryl Strawberry. He's on the 86 Mets, so.
And now we're just thinking of that Simpsons episode with all of the baseball guys. Let's just name 2 of those baseball guys.
Okay.
All right.
Strawberry and Wade Boggs.
All right. Great.
Now, Ken, I'd like to know, in what way is trivia like a box of chocolates?
In the way that our answer is Forrest Gump and Muddy Shoes Johnson.
Oh, I thought you knew it because you locked in so quickly.
No, there's no way I'm getting this question right. That's why I locked in so quickly.
I only know the Moxie one, I believe, and Steve can correct me if I'm wrong because it's one of the best players of all time, but I believe it's Ted Williams, and I just want to say for the record, he hit 406 in 1941, won the Triple Crown in 42, then went to World War II for 3 years in a row, came back, and then won the Triple Crown and the MVP again.
Oh, Neil has his phone out. Okay. This wasn't just off the dome, Neil.
No, I knew it was Ted Williams, but I wanted to make sure I got the facts right.
I'm like, what kind of migraine is that?
Limitless pill.
His limitless pill, yeah.
Yeah, Neil earned himself 5 imaginary points, and the other player was Carl Yastrzemski, who followed him immediately in the Boston Red Sox.
Ugh, Red Sox.
Question number 4 in the category, what is this? A trivia question for ants? Which behavioral intervention for children can be roughly summed up as child see, child do, and is based on Albert Bandura's social learning theory? And despite its name, it has nothing to do with crafting tiny buildings or strutting down catwalks.
So apparently the other team is locked in, Ken.
Yes. I mean, I understand the references, too, to the movie Zoolander. Building for ants, strutting catwalks. So would it just be the Zoolander method?
Yeah, let's try it.
All right. If not, it's Blue Steel.
I think it's modeling.
Oh.
Mayhem's got it correct. That's right. It is modeling.
Thought too hard about it. Well done.
Question 5 in the category Listener Submitted. My 3-year-old daughter likes to field questions about her favorite Disney movies and also ask them. So when I asked her for a question for the show, she came up with, what is Taka made of? I'm going to give you a little bit more context than that. In the 2016 Disney film, Moana's final showdown is with an enormous, heartless island monster named Taka. Of what substance is Taka's body chiefly composed?
I know this, Mayhem.
Excellent.
Moana is on repeat
seen a
in my
Moana
house.
once or twice?
Once or twice this week.
So here's the news. I've seen about 20 hours of Moana.
Okay. But just the parts with the rock.
But I have never gotten to the end of it because I was watching it with a child.
All right. Well, I think
watching Moana for 20 hours, you probably got to pee in bottles to make sure you can keep watching.
No, I meant I only saw the first half of Moana like 28 times, Neil.
I feel like it's a lava monster.
That would make sense.
It's either lava or like smoke. But I think lava makes sense. Volcanic islands.
Sure.
Let's go lava.
Yeah, Taka is lava.
All right. Both teams got it correct. Good job.
Well, after 5 questions in the first round, Scrotal Recall isn't that far out in front just yet. So luckily the Scrotal is being covered. They have 30 points. And Womb with a View.
It's just the way my pants are, Neil.
Pants Tent Jeff. And then Womb with a View with 40 points. A very tight game, as we like to say.
I know you love Curb. I had to throw that in there for you.
Thank you.
Question number 6 in the category, How Dairy? In the United States, which grocery store staple is most typically packaged in 4 3/4 inch long Elgins for consumers east of the Rockies and 3 1/8 inch long Western Stubbies west of the Rockies?
Mayhem, I do believe I know this.
Okay, thank God.
All right, so these guys are locked in. I don't know what Elgins or Stubbies are.
I think a stick of butter's like 4 3/4 inches long.
Yeah, about.
Well, the butter says it's 6 inches long. But...
The butter has a dating profile.
Yeah. Yeah, I like sticks of butter.
You don't think it's I think Philly cream cheese. That comes the same way every time, right?
Sure. Yeah, I'm good with butter.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's sticks of butter.
All right, both teams got it right. Good job to both of you. Yeah, the Elgins are named for equipment used by Elgin Butter Tub Company in Elgin, Illinois, apparently.
Okay.
Oh.
That's somewhat near us in the cosmic.
We can go take a field trip
scheme
to the Elgin Butter Lab or whatever it's called.
Let's do that.
I mean, the Oort cloud is near to us in the cosmic scheme.
Triviality live here at the Elgin Butter Churning Plant.
Losing team has to rub themselves in butter and slide across the floor.
That'll be one for Patreon.
Question 7 in the category Trivia Chestnuts. 3 famous figures, an American politician, an Anglican theologian, and a British social philosopher, all died on November 22nd, 1963. If you know this trivia chestnut, you also know these 3 were published authors. Name each of their books that has the most user reviews on Amazon for 5 points apiece. And as a hint, one of them is a collection of a 7-book series.
I thought you were going to say all these people walked into a bar.
So after some discussion, we're going to go with our politician is JFK with the book Profiles in Courage. One of our English or British guys is going to be C.S. Lewis with the Chronicles of Narnia series. And we can't think of the third guy right now. So we're going to lock in with 66% of the answer.
Okay. Yeah, it's weird that JFK, C.S. Lewis, and George Orwell were all on a plane together that crashed.
I actually don't know if it was Orwell, but for sure we know it was JFK with Profiles in Courage, C.S. Lewis, Chronicles of Narnia, and then we guessed George Orwell in 1984.
I think the third one has a very British name that you'll love.
Poopenmeyer.
Lord Poopenmeyer.
That sounds German. Poopenmeyer.
All right. So you guys did really well with a really challenging question. If you can believe it, I almost opened this quiz with this question and then, thought better of it. So yeah, this was a tough one, you guys, and you did well. You both got points for the same 2 books, Profiles in Courage by JFK and the Chronicles of Narnia for C.S. Lewis.
Awesome.
Yeah, and the final one was Brave New World.
Huxley.
Aldous Huxley,
Yeah.
That's right.
Question 8 in the category Mustelid Catchphrases. Hulk smash! Flame on! It's clobbering time. Marvel superheroes have some iconic catchphrases, but which Marvel icon has the less than catchy catchphrase, I'm the best there is at what I do, but what I do isn't very nice?
I got it.
Oh, Mayhem with the poll. Now, Steve, have you ever done voice acting before?
I just did, yeah.
It was great. right, I'm the best there is at what I do, but what I do isn't very nice. Marvel icon.
I think a villain.
Or the Punisher.
Ooh. I don't dislike
Anti-hero.
that. Yes, he's very much an anti-hero.
Does Mayhem strike you as a big Punisher fan? Because she was pretty fast on the poll.
Maybe.
The other one I was thinking of would maybe be Ghost Rider in the hero realm.
I can't tell you I know anything about Ghost Rider.
Let's go Punisher.
I never saw the film.
And if we're wrong, the Punisher can
You're
come
all the
punish
better
us.
for it for never having seen that film.
I kind of figured. But.
Yeah, we're going to go Punisher.
This is Wolverine.
Mayhem is right on the money with this one.
Nice.
Yeah, you have Narnia. I have 4 long boxes full of X-Men.
Okay, fair enough.
Question 9 in the category Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Linguists aren't normally portrayed by Hollywood hunks in major motion pictures, but there have been exceptions. Nicholas Hoult portrayed J.R.R. Tolkien in the 2019 Tolkien biopic, and Heath Ledger portrayed a highly fictionalized version of a linguist named Jakob, opposite Matt Damon as an anthropologist named Wilhelm, in which 2005 Terry Gilliam film? Like Tolkien, these two scholars are best known to history for publishing fantastical stories.
We're locked in on this one. Oh, everybody's in. Everybody's seen this movie. Everybody loves it.
Is this We Bought a Zoo?
It's not We Bought a Zoo.
Okay.
Wait, did you say Terry Gilliam? Did We Bought a Zoo?
No, that was Cameron Crowe.
The weirdest zoo you've ever seen.
Yeah, we're gonna say Brothers Grimm.
We are also going to say Brothers Grimm. Sorry, Julia.
We're on a wavelength right now. Yeah.
That's right. It was the prequel to We Bought a Zoo, The Brothers Grimm.
Were they like monster hunters in that one or something?
Yeah. It was. They were kind of like con artists who ended up becoming monster hunters. Either way, not very historical.
Classic hero's journey.
Yeah.
Jakob Grimm was a pretty accomplished linguist who's still well regarded by linguists. These days, he identified the Germanic family of languages, of which English is one. Okay, question 10. In the category of Don West in Peace. More voice acting on this one. I am the late, great Don West. The year is 1997. And tonight on the Shop at Home Network, for a limited time, I am offering you the Ultimate Bears Collection, which includes Princess, Valentino, Carly, Aaron, and Fortune the Panda Bear for the unbelievable price of $49.99. Order now and you can own these what kind of items?
We're locked in.
I mean, Mayhem, I would throw out a guess that these are Beanie Babies.
I think so too, because they're not Care Bears.
No.
And they're not Chicago Bears.
Yeah, the year lines up, pricing, etc. Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah.
I think
the pricing. Yeah.
I mean, they
Shop at Home
were
Network.
supposed to be like $7 a piece or something when they first came out. They in order to make them like a reasonable price point for people to do major collecting. Anyway, I think Beanie Babies.
Is Princess the like R.I.P. Princess Diana bear? What better way to remember her?
I have one. And an Aaron, and a Britannia, and a Maple, and a Liberty, and a bunch of other
Valentino,
ones.
I think.
And I think all 400 of them I could get hopefully $49.99 for. So,
listen, if you got 1,000 Beanie Babies, you could sell each one for $1 and make $1,000.
it sounds like a lot of work for $1,000. But we agree. We said Beanie Babies.
Yeah, of course. You guys are right. That is Beanie Babies. Good job.
Well, after the first round, we heard a little bit about Beanie Babies there in the last question. And like Jeff said, he had a few of them. I had an Angela, Pamela, Sandra, and a Rita. Different kind of Beanie Babies. But after...
as you continue, they're only getting sweeter.
That's exactly right. But Scrotal Recall still pushing ahead with 70 points, but still in the lead. Womb with a View with 90 points.
Good team.
Good job, Julia.
Good team,
Good job,
Wilmeth, of
Mayhem.
you.
Before we get to the swing round to see what Steve has up his sleeves, Ken, we're really happy to have some Patreon supporters in the studio today. But what do you love most about all the bonuses we get to do every week?
I just love asking the questions, answering the questions, getting a great theme for the game sometimes. Just being a little looser with the questions, you know? It's nice to be able to discuss them out with you guys openly, try to figure them out. It's a lot of fun. And I love the crop drops, too.
Yeah, the crop drops are fun. You get some quizzes like insurance and woodworking. And other good topics.
Those are the only two Neil remembers doing.
That's true.
I'm going to do a curb theme game soon.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Themed or inspired?
Inspired.
Okay. Are we is the first one going to be about scoops at an ice cream shop?
Exactly.
Not too many samples.
Not too many samples.
But yeah, if you'd like to hear all that kind of nonsense in the crop drop, you can go to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast for as little as $1 a day. You get all the newest episodes ad-free, but for $5 a month or higher, you get all of those bonuses we just talked about, which is about 60 hours or so, including all the weekly ones we've been doing since January. So lots of content for you to enjoy, just like Angela, Pamela, Sandra, Rita, Monica, Erica, Sandra, Mary, and Jessica. So go to patreon.com.
Two Sandras?
Two Sandras. Go to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast for more.
All right. So for the swing round, I've been inspired by recently watching the season of X-Men 97, which is a animated revival of the X-Men cartoon show from the 90s. It's been a real love letter to those of us with 4 long boxes full of X-Men comics.
Yes, that theme song.
It's incredible,
Iconic.
right?
Best theme song of all time.
So if you're familiar with X-Men, that's probably going to help you, but you don't necessarily need to know X-Men for this one. So I'm going to present to you the swing round, which is called To Me, My Tribons. The swing round is a tribon round. For each of 10 clues, I'll name 3 things. You just have to tell me what they have in common for 5 points apiece. The twist is that each correct answer is also the name of a member of the X-Men from Marvel Comics, movies, and or shows. For example, if I listed hurricane, squall, nor'easter, the correct answer is storm, because those are all storms, and Storm is a member of the X-Men.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for doing this.
All right. So getting into it, number 1, Michael, Gabriel, Uriel. Number 2, Polyphemus, Taranga Leela, Mike Wazowski. Number 3, HDMI, coaxial, transatlantic telegraph. Number 4, golden, diamond, cherries. Number 5, plate mail, scale mail, chain mail. Number 6, St. Peter, Thomas Becket, Desmond Tutu. Number 7, Lieutenant Tom Kazansky, Theodore Hickey Hickman, Kristoff from Frozen. Number 8, the Budapest, the Halloween, the Queens. Number 9, divination, voodoo, sigil work. Number 10, don't overthink this one, Wolverine, Colossus, Nightcrawler.
All right, we have our Tribond X-Men, so we'll be right back.
You can spend less time staying in the know about all things gaming and get more time to actually play the games you love with the IGN Daily Update podcast. All you need is a few minutes to hear the latest from IGN on the world of video games, movies, and television with news, previews, and reviews. You'll hear everything from Comic-Con coverage to the huge Diablo 4 launch. So listen and subscribe to the IGN Daily Update wherever you get your podcasts. That's the IGN Daily Update, wherever you get your podcasts.
And we are back with these various X-Men. So let's go ahead and get the Tribons one more time, and we'll give our answers.
Okay. Number 1, Michael, Gabriel, Uriel.
We went with Angel.
Yeah, we went with Angel as well.
That's
Unless
right.
you want
Angel is correct.
Archangel.
Yeah, and for those
Archangel.
playing at home, Archangel is also correct. Number 2, Polyphemus, Tarangalila, Mike Wazowski.
We have Cyclops.
Yep, these are Cyclopses.
Yep, that's right. Number 3, HDMI, coaxial, transatlantic telegraph.
We went with Cable.
Yeah, 3 of my favorite cables. at least top 5.
Yeah.
You guys are on a roll. Cable is correct. Number 4, golden, diamond, cherries.
Thank God Julia got this. This is Jubilee.
Yeah, the most fashionable of the X-Men Jubilee.
She's pretty snazzy. That's right. It's Jubilee.
You don't know who Dazzler is? Steve knows who Dazzler is.
I know who Dazzler is.
She was a disco X-Man. It was very funny.
Yeah. I know the X-Men, but I prefer the 80s. I prefer the 80s look, you know.
Yes, with the jacket.
Yeah.
There's that rumor going around that Taylor Swift's going to show up as Dazzler in one of these movies coming up. Number 5, plate mail, scale mail, chain mail.
We think these are all types of armor.
Yeah, these are armor. We don't know if armor is an X-Man, but we just said armor.
Yeah, good job to both teams. It is armor. I was trying to think of an X-Men. I was trying to think of an X-Men that was like, someone that the comic readers knew, but would also be gettable for people who had never read the comics. Number 6, St. Peter, Thomas Becket, Desmond Tutu.
That's Bishop.
Yeah, we also said Bishop.
You guys are doing excellent. That is Bishop. Number 7, Lieutenant Tom Kazansky, Theodore Hickey Hickman, Kristoff from Frozen.
The other movie that's always playing in my house is Frozen. So didn't know this was Ice.
Not Top Gun.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I didn't know who any of those other characters were, guys. So I've got this strictly from Kristoff from Frozen. Is Iceman.
Yep, Iceman. You're dangerous.
You guys are doing great. Yeah, Top Gun, Frozen, and The Iceman Cometh is Theodore Hickey Hickman. Number 8, The Budapest, The Halloween, The Queens.
Oh, that's me. That's Gambit. That's Channing Tatum's Gambit.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting for Gambit, so I was happy when this came up, and we said Gambit. And Gambit's probably the second most fashionable X-Man, with the cowl. It's a good look. There's no reason that his powers would necessitate that outfit, though, which is great.
His headpiece has typically been referred to as a cowl, or if you're distinguished, head sock. An altered balaclava, I guess, or baklava, as we like to say.
No, because you can't eat it. Well, you could try and eat it, but I wouldn't recommend it.
He's a master thief who wears around big metal boots. So, yeah, that's not a great
he's
cut.
dressed in leather, and he's from New Orleans, and that's not sweaty at all.
No, that's also terrible.
Is he the one that
This
throws
character
the
was
cards?
not well thought about.
Mm-hmm. He's the one who throws the cards.
All right, next question, my share.
I'm so flattered right now. Question 9. Divination, voodoo, sigil work.
We're going with magic.
We're just going to go with Mystique.
Okay. Points to a womb with a view. It is magic. Those are all types of magic.
That's all mayhem. Which
nice job.
Could also be an X-Man name, really.
No, I'm in the commercials with the car accidents and the guy from Oz.
That's true.
That's me.
Okay, question 10. Wolverine, Colossus, and Nightcrawler.
I mean, we just think they're X-Men. Don't overthink this one, you said.
Yeah, we're going to say there's an X-Man named X-Man, so X-Man.
Yeah, there is an X-Man named X-Man. He is an alternate reality version of Cable, and he is totally overpowered. So he doesn't show up much.
Everybody's overpowered in that universe.
After the swing round, Scrotal Recall almost perfect, just missing out on one question, which means they get 45 points, bringing their total to 115. And Womb with a Voo batting perfect the entire round, picking up 50 points.
Womb with a Voo.
What did I say? Womb with a Voo? Womb with a Voodoo? Picking up 50 points, perfect score, bringing their total to 140. So
That's
140 to 115.
He's got a headache. Give him a break.
It became very French there for a second.
I sounded like Gilda Radner's Barbara Walters. Womb with a View.
Baba Wawa.
Baba Wawa.
All right, let's dig into the second round here, Steve.
Okay, so Womb with a View had an advantage because Mayhem is an X-Men fan in the swing round. Now Julia's got an advantage in this one. There is a theme to this round.
Dictators in Eurovision.
Yes.
Yeah, this is an all dictators all the time round. So we'll just hand all the points to that team now. Now this is in a round on upstate New York. So you don't necessarily need to know anything about upstate New York, but
thank God.
Yeah. But it won't hurt. I snuck a few Pittsburgh questions in too.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Question 1 in the category, what even is upstate New York? Ask 100 New Yorkers and you'll get 100 answers as to what constitutes upstate. My definition says upstate begins north of the city of Poughkeepsie, the home of which Seven Sisters College, that Homer Simpson has had just about enough of Lisa bashing in a season 6 episode of The Simpsons.
I'm leaning towards Wellesley.
Oh, yeah, that's a great. Sure. Let's do it with that. Let's go with Wellesley.
Okay.
Wellesley for you guys. I just have some kind of memory of somebody on The Simpsons going, Vassar. So we're going to say Vassar.
No.
All right. Points to one team. Scrotal Recall came up with the Seven Sisters College.
No.
I don't know what a Seven Sisters College means. What does that even mean?
It's it's a set of colleges that they decided to make in the United States when they thought that women could go to school and learn things.
Okay.
And they are paired with the Ivy League.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Historically, women's only. Yeah.
Okay. Question 2 in the category Champions of Champlain. In March of 1998, Lake Champlain, the lake between Vermont and New York, gained what official designation from Congress, only to have it repealed 18 days later after widespread public outcry from the American public, particularly from Midwesterners? Maybe people just didn't want to change the mnemonic to Schmo.
They locked in.
I think it's a Great Lakes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that they added it to the as a Great Lake and then changed it back.
Yep. Although I love Schmo. Schmo is funny.
Yeah, we agree on the Great Lake answer there. 6th Great Lake.
It's not even the 6th largest lake.
No, it really had no right.
Jeff led the charge.
It's not about size, it's about greatness.
Look,
right,
just
Jeff?
because I was 10
Right,
years
Jeff?
old. Exactly.
It's not about
Just because I was
size.
10 years old doesn't mean I wasn't writing in every week to several congressmen.
This is
As you said, Ken,
Toby.
it's the motion of the lake, not the size.
Yeah, Lake Okeechobee.
Not the size, it's the
you got-
greatness.
you got
It's the depth.
Great Salt Lake.
It's the
I mean, what is
depth.
this?
It's not the width, it's the depth.
Stop making
Okay, then
geography.
Tahoe.
Stop making geography
Crater Lake.
jokes when I'm trying to make jokes, please.
Question 3 in I Pity the Jewel. Herkimer diamonds aren't actually diamonds. They're well-formed little quartz crystals that can be found deposited along the valley of which upstate river that shares its name with an Iroquois language-speaking people and an insubordinate hairdo.
Is this the Mohawk, Julia?
Yeah, that's it. Hooray!
I used to have one of those. I think I thought it was insubordinate as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, we got it from the insubordination as well, and we said Mohawk.
That's right. Points all around for Mohawks.
Phew.
Yeah, the There was a John Ford film called Drums Along the Mohawk that the hairdresser gave the Native American extras a Mohawk haircut in. And from that, people started associating that haircut with the movie and with the word Mohawk. And the rest is history. At least that's one story I've heard. That's how I understand it.
Wow.
Okay. Number 4. In the category More Fun Than Making a Barrel Full of Monkeys. The Baseball Hall of Fame is located in a town founded by the father of which American author who is famous for creating the characters Natty Bumppo in Chingachgook?
So, Jeff, I'm not a Natty Bumppo expert by any means here. So, what do you think?
I don't know. I know the Baseball Hall of Fame is in Cooperstown. So maybe something Cooper?
Let's just guess Cooper.
We're going to Jeopardy rules style it and just say Cooper?
Yeah.
Yeah, James Fenimore Cooper.
Jeopardy rules count, so that's points all around. Yeah, Chingachgook is the last of the Mohicans.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Question 5 in the category Listeners Submitted. I don't know if he listens to the podcast yet, but I reached out to the office of David R. Harris, president of Union College here in Schenectady, to see if he had any favorite trivia. His office replied that the opening scene of the 1973 movie The Way We Were was filmed on Union's campus. Which star of this film also sang its Oscar-winning theme song? She lost the Best Actress race that year, however, a fact that will never be deleted.
You got it, Julia?
We have it.
All right.
I just saw that for the first time the other day.
A fact that will never be deleted.
Sidney Pollack film.
I don't know. Barbara Streisand? Or maybe Bette Midler? Let's go with Babs. How about it?
Okay. We can go with Babs.
Yeah, I did an episode all about her a little while ago. And it is, Barbara Streisand.
Great job again. Points all around. Yeah, Barbara Streisand, famous for the Streisand effect. The idea that if you ask for something to be deleted from the internet, people will make sure it never will be.
That's right.
After 5 questions in the second round, Scrotal Recall still behind, but not by much. They have 165 points, betting perfect that round. And Womb with a View picking up 40 points, bringing their total to 180.
Okay, you guys are doing great. Question number 6 in the category Geographical Condiments. If I mayo pine for a moment, a New York region I truly relish is named for which group of geographical features found in the St. Lawrence River? We need to catch up on the count, however, since there are actually 1,864 of them.
Oh. You guys locked in?
Yeah, we're locked in.
Okay. So you would put some of these condiments, I would presume, on a hot dog. And one might have been said to have, in a certain film that I enjoyed with Jamie Lee Curtis, have hot dog fingers. Is this the Finger Lakes?
Is that a bit of a stretch?
Maybe. But I will tell you one thing. That's where Jim Carrey's character wanted to go in The Office.
That's for sure.
With his family. And he was going there. I don't know if I'm getting this job or not, Ken. But my family's going to the Finger Lakes.
What's this have to do with condiments, though?
I don't know.
Okay, Finger Lakes.
They're all finger looking good? I don't know.
Okay, that's fine.
That's your answer?
Yeah. Unless it's the Barbecue Mountains.
I just wanted to... We are known for our barbecue mountains here. Mayhem, I think this is going to be the Thousand Islands region of New York. Yeah.
We don't know exactly where Thousand Island dressing came from. Everyone has a different origin story, but we know for sure it comes from the Thousand Island region of New York and Canada.
That makes a lot more sense. But I like your finger looking good justification. It was good justification.
Hot dog fingers.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Such a good movie. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Okay, question 7 in the category The Creator's Game. The Haudenosaunee, once known as the Iroquois Confederacy, whose land historically covers most of upstate New York, are petitioning to play under their own flag when which team's sport is introduced at the 2028 Olympic Games. This seems only fair to me since the sport is part of Haudenosaunee history and culture that they've shared with the world.
Mayhem, did we need to discuss?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I think we're going to go with lacrosse.
Yeah, lacrosse. I remember there's a good lacrosse scene in the Echo show on Disney+. Yeah, lacrosse.
Great job, both teams. It is lacrosse. Okay, question 8 in the category Year of Revolution. The American women's rights movement kicked off in upstate New York when Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Lucretia Mott organized the Seneca Falls Convention to, quote, discuss the social, civil, and religious condition and rights of women. This convention was attended by both ladies and gentlemen, including abolitionist Frederick Douglass. Within 10 years, what year was the Seneca Falls Convention held? It was also a year of a series of revolutions addressing class barriers in Europe, known as the Springtime of the Peoples.
I don't know if I'm right, but that's really like, I think I'm around there.
Okay,
I think I'm within 10.
Jeff, you wrote a year, so I'm happy with it.
Julia probably did a show on it.
We have locked in our answer. So
Okay,
if
great.
you guys need to talk, please feel free.
No, we're fine. Julia, why don't you enlighten us?
Go with 1848.
We agree. We said 1848.
Nice.
On the nose. Excellent job, both teams.
Oh,
Don't
good
tell me
job,
I don't know
Julia.
my women's history.
We don't need a 10-year window. Get out of here.
Yeah, 10 years is nice and generous.
I mean, I need a 10-year. I need a 20-year window.
I
Jeff
also
needs-
need that.
Yeah,
Ain't I an attentive listener, Ken?
you are. Jeff's in LA.
All right, question 9 in the category Pull Up a Chair and Park It. An achievement you can unlock in upstate New York is becoming a 46er. 46ers are the hikers who climbed all 46 high peaks of which New York State Park. At 6 million acres, this park takes up 1/5 the area of New York and is not only New York's largest park, but also the largest park in the contiguous United States.
Yeah. So I don't know if you know this. I'm an indoor kid.
I have 4 long boxes of comic books.
So, I mean, we have been heading more toward Rochester. Let's see. So there's a New York State Park called Letchworth that does have some climbing that is nearish to where I live. There is also, if you go down near like Ithaca, that's where there's like a lot of the gorges, a lot of cool trails and stuff like that. But I can't think of it as being like high peaks. If I'm thinking like mountains, I'm thinking like the Adirondacks, but I don't know if that is like a New York State park necessarily. I don't have a, like once you start talking about 6 million acres, that doesn't mean anything to me. So I would kind of either be somewhere between Letchworth State Park and
I think you go with the mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I guess I'll say Letchworth just as a, throwing it out there.
Okay.
Ken and I had A's on the brain. He was thinking Acadia, which I think is a national park in Maine. And I said Allegheny, although I think that's in Pennsylvania. So.
All right, a whiff on this one. No points. Julia, you were so close. It is Adirondack Park.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The largest park in the contiguous United States. And it's larger than Death Valley National Park, which is the largest national park in the contiguous United States.
Wow. Yeah, I guess I was thinking of it as a national park. So I was just like, oh, I didn't even know. Cool.
Yep. Okay, question 10 in the category Holiday Road. Starting in the 1870s, New York City elites began packing up and heading to their camps in the Adirondacks for the summer. Since they left their apartments and townhouses unoccupied for weeks or months, the press gave this new American tradition what name a century before the Griswold family truckster left for Wally World?
Is that just vacation? As in they vacated the...
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. 1870s. Yeah, that's old enough to have coined the word vacation, I think.
We are also going to go with vacation.
It's all I ever wanted. Vacation. Good job, you guys.
Both teams doing a great job in that second half of the second round. Squirtle Recall picking up 30 points, bringing their total to 195, almost eclipsing 200. But Womb with a View is picking up 40 points, bringing their total to 220. So going into the final round, it's 195 for Squirtle, 220 for Womb.
Can you not say it that way?
I just want to point out that Neil obviously knows we're playing against Julia and Mayhem because he hasn't once said it's anybody's game, and he says that every game.
Yeah, he knows.
I was waiting. I was waiting for it.
Feeling a little hatred over
the
here.
The scores are close, but he knows it's over.
I do.
Guys, it's anybody's game.
Yeah, see, Julia
Thank
said
you,
it.
Julia, for
Julia said it.
embracing the and giving us false hope.
Hey, that could be one of the taglines. Triviality.
False hope.
Anybody's game.
Giving false hope.
One of our taglines that we like to talk about is Patreon all the time, is join us on Patreon.
That's really a tagline.
There's a tagline.
That's a tagline for you. And if you go to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast, you can hear Jeff on the crop drop telling some fun stories. Jeff, anything you've said recently that you regret?
Definitely.
So many things.
So many things.
Everything. Well, that's great, Jeff. But the real great thing is that you can go onto our Patreon. You can sign up for $5 with the intent to cancel next month. Listen to all that content and then forget to cancel. How about that? That's a good strategy, right?
That will not fit on a mug.
Just please do forget to cancel for a couple months. But enjoy the content either way. For just $1 a month, you can cut out this very ad and all the other ads and get it early, right?
Yep.
Right? We're still doing that? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I do my best. Or in the case of the latest release, I forgot to post the regular episode. So it was super early by comparison.
Almost broke a 7-year streak, Jeff.
That's right. But the Patrons got it first.
Stuck on draft.
But the Patrons did get it. And lastly, if you want to donate even more than that, you can get some material goods like our fun character boxes, our Triviality box, posters, and more.
A pound of flesh.
Ken wants to live the life of luxury. By having 3 meals a day. So support us on Patreon for whatever amount you'd care to donate.
At patreon.com/trivialitypodcast.
And now on to the final round. So let's hear the categories. And it's probably more X-Men, but let's go ahead.
No, I hope you let your 3-year-old pick the categories, actually.
That's right.
Oh, that would have been amazing. Let me just go do that real quick. No, for the final round, I've chosen the classic category quintet of the Spice Girls. I've gone literal with these. Ginger is a question about famous redheads. Baby is a question about infant development. Scary is a question on phobias. Sporty is an Olympics question. And posh is a question about high fashion. So wager accordingly.
All right, the wagers are in, and they are kind of all over the place. So it's going to be a little bit chaotic, but we'll see what happens here in this final round.
In the category Ginger, fittingly, legend has credited which famous redhead with inventing the gingerbread man when she directed her royal gingerbread bakers serve gingerbread caricatures of visiting dignitaries to those visiting dignitaries. In Baby, human newborns are born without a pair of which bones that they'll grow by about 6 months of age, just in time for crawling. In the category Scary, I wouldn't recommend the movie Stand By Me to anyone with emetophobia due to one particularly dyspeptic scene involving a pie eating contest. What is emetophobia the fear of? Sporty. The most famous alum of my alma mater, Newtown High School in Newtown, Connecticut, is which woman who won the gold medal in the decathlon at the 1976 Olympic Games in Montreal. In Posh, if Victoria Beckham asks you over so she can show off her new bespoke fascinator, what is she inviting you over to see?
Okay. Those are some scary questions, but we'll do our best and be good sports, and we'll be right back. And we are back and ready to get destroyed. Right, Jeff?
Oh, yeah.
I will say it was nice hearing question 5 because as a young boy with a poster of Posh on his wall, I just always imagined she'd ask me to see her bespoke fascinator.
I
So
see. Yes. Well, Steve, let's face the music here. Let's have the questions one more time.
All right, we'll finish it off here. In the category of ginger, fittingly, legend has credited which famous redhead with inventing the gingerbread man when she directed her royal gingerbread bakers serve gingerbread caricatures of visiting dignitaries to those visiting dignitaries.
Yes, Kate Blanchett did a great job in this scene, and we're saying Elizabeth I for 30 points.
We are also saying that, and we also saw that movie in our heads.
Yeah, it was Liz, Elizabeth I.
So that's 30 points for each team.
In Baby, human newborns are born without a pair of which bones that they'll grow by about 6 months of age, just in time for crawling.
For another 30 points, we're saying the kneecaps or the patellae.
We're also saying kneecaps for 30 points.
Kneecaps or patellae. Great job, you guys.
The human body is so strange.
And inefficient.
In Scary, I wouldn't recommend the movie Stand By Me to anyone with a metaphobia due to one particularly dyspeptic scene involving a pie eating contest. What is a metaphobia the fear of?
Well, I really don't remember this scene specifically in Stand By Me, but we're guessing it might be the fear of vomiting.
Yeah, emetophobia is the fear of vomit.
I have that. And we also wagered 15 points on this.
Yes, we wagered 20.
You probably blocked that scene out of your memory, Ken. It is the fear of vomit.
It's not the fear of corpses.
In Sporty, the most famous alum of my alma mater, Newtown High School in Newtown, Connecticut, is which woman who won the gold medal in the decathlon at the 1976 Olympic Games in Montreal?
Well, we wagered 20 points. We were about to say a made-up person named Jackie Fieldman, but we might as well say a real person. So we said Jackie Joyner Kersey.
So we talked about it, and I think that there is not an actual women's decathlon event. So we think that this might actually be somebody who at the time was participating in the men's decathlon and is now transitioned and is now known as Caitlyn Jenner.
Yup, points to a womb with a view. It was Caitlyn Jenner.
Julie is a genius.
In the category of posh, if Victoria Beckham asks you over so she can show off her new bespoke fascinator, what is she inviting you over to see?
We said, since it fastens things, we're going to say a button.
You know what? I couldn't describe it succinctly. I'm going with a fancy headband hat.
The answer I have is a fancy little hat, which is not technically right, but yeah, it's a headband, it's a hat. It's a little headpiece that is fastened to your head, and it's fancy.
It's a millinery that doesn't serve the purpose of a hat, apparently. So, and if we're not damned by millinery again, Ken.
Unfortunately, you are, Jeff.
Pure fashion.
That is correct. Your team is only going to be picking up 45 points in the final round, which is going to bring your total to 240, which in any other game is a very nice score. But Womb with a View did not miss a question in the final round. They picked up 130 points, bringing their total to a whopping 350 points, making them today's cream of the crop.
Queen of the crop.
Woo!
Wow, good job, guys.
Well done. We were thoroughly whooped there, Jeff. But that's because we had great competition today. Julia, thanks for being on the show as always. Always love having you.
This was a wonderful game. Steve, you did it. These were wonderful questions. And
Well,
I had
you.
an amazing partner.
That's right. Mayhem, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your support. Any final words from you?
Thanks, Steve. That was a good game. All these trivia podcasts got me through COVID the time that we were all stuck inside with our babies. Not being able to go anywhere.
Otherwise, yes.
So it was it's so great to meet you guys finally, and thanks for a great game.
Yeah, great
Glad
to
we
meet
could
you
have
too.
you on the show.
Yeah, thank you. And Steve, excellent trivia game, great voice acting. Love your take on the trivia question. So very nice job. Any final statements from you?
Yeah, shout out to my daughter Avalon. I love you. I think you're a great kid. And I'll also say that this is my first time hosting. It was really fun, super easy, and I would encourage anyone who wants to host to please come try.
Well, thank you for that.
We could always use the hosts. We love it. So that'll be the show for today. Want to thank once again all of our guests, and lastly, thank Airwave Media, our network. You can find them at airwavemedia.com with other great podcasts such as Noodle Loaf, Pax Britannica, and Surfing Corporate.
Is that Noodle Love or Noodle Loaf?
Noodle Loaf.
Noodle Loaf. Okay.
Check that one out.
Yeah. I'll check out some noodles.
That's my nickname in college.
Yeah. Okay. Well, for myself, Noodle Loaf, and Neil, and Matt somewhere, that was Triviality.